This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're going to be responding to one of our subscribers, BBJ. Please do John Jones. He kind of blew me up, so he hit me on this one, and he hit me on this video. Can you type John Jones? So today, I'm going to be typing John Jones for you, man. You guys know we use Linda Barrens Temperaments and Interaction styles. Highly recommend you guys pick up this book. So, they personality database, our sworn enemy, who we think is need to be drug tested from time to time, has John Jones as an ISTP. Those are the 4 functions right there. Pick up John Beebe's model, and you will understand that there's 8 functions instead of 4. Okay, so you have the opposing personality, you have the critic, you have the trickster, and you have the demonic or angelic, or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to have John Beebe on actually this weekend. We're going to be interviewing John Beebe. So please join our Facebook group, because we will be live streaming it to our Facebook group, and then we'll upload it to YouTube. But yeah, if you guys want to be typed by us, all you have to do is message, join our group, message our moderator Cody with your availability, and we'll get that done. I think it's very important to get yourself typed. But let's check out the chart here. The chart for ISTP is right there. Chart the course. So they are finishers. Chart the course, and what they are is direct, responding, pragmatic, concrete, progression. They're TIFE users and SENI users. Okay, so they're also responding. So let's get into this. John Jones. I don't really know much about UFC, so I don't really watch it.
How are you, John?
Oh, I'm great, man. I'm glad to be here.
You look great.
Thank you. Yeah,
you letting the hair grow a bit? What's happening?
No, I'm actually gonna shave it off again for the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I fought DC bald last time, got a knockout. So
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? Why not try something different? Go bald again. So
This is a real pleasure for me, a real honor to have you here. I can't believe I'm talking
thanks.
to you.
Oh,
No one
stop.
believed
Man,
when I
you
put
talk
it
to
out
everybody.
there. When I put it out there, everyone's like, "John's not coming in the
Like,
studio."
bullshit.
It's so hard to get you, but
I'm
you're actually
man.
here.
Yeah, we're doing it, man.
You're doing a whole media tour today.
Yeah, all day.
And can I ask you? I was on the air.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on earlier today? Was some drama with our
What do I-
counterparts? First Take. I saw you tweet about them. What happened there?
Oh no, I was just a little aggressive. No, they were great.
They were cool
great.
to you?
Yeah, they asked a lot of tough questions. I didn't pull any punches.
They're great. They're great. Seems as though he's trying to use FE here, even though he got in a situation with, I'm guessing. So we're gonna put FETI there. Okay.
Just saying. And,
I'll go lay the smack down.
Will you?
Of course, man.
like that.
I got your back.
I like
what happened?
that.
Who was pissing you off more, Kellerman or Stephen A?
Kellerman.
Really?
Yeah, but he didn't really piss me off. He was asking spicy questions and stuff
Okay.
like that. You know, just stuff I wasn't really wanting to get into, but things that I'm aware that sometimes is necessary to get into. So it's just what it is.
It's all good,
fine.
though.
Yeah, it's fine. I probably shouldn't have tweeted that.
All right. Well,
I made it a bigger deal than what it
you've
was.
been known. Although you don't do the
I
whole
probably shouldn't have tweeted that. Made it a bigger deal than what it is. And I'm gonna put that down for pragmatic. Yeah.
delete thing anymore.
I try not to as much.
Okay.
I've learned not to care as much.
Oh.
Just let it be.
Is that part of the maturation of John Jones?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah, you don't care as much. You put out things that you wanted to put out like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
You speak in a way you want to put out. This is who you are. Take it or leave it.
I sure hope so. Yeah, I sure hope so.
You feel comfortable with who you are?
I do feel comfortable with my skin. Yeah, I do.
You feel comfortable with how the people perceive you?
I'm not comfortable with the way people perceive me, but
Why not?
a part of me surrendered to it and just realized that it comes with the territory of being one of the all-time elites in my sport. You know, people say things like, and I'm not saying that I'm in the same category as Jesus because I'm not even close, but I'm saying even Jesus was crucified and criticized and ridiculed. So it's like, you know, you look at guys like LeBron James who just built a school for young people.
Okay, he's name dropping. I'll put that down for TE.
And he's still hated by many people. It's like you look at, you know, I realize if you are good in your sport and if you are, if you're an elite dog in your sport, people are going to find things to pick at you for. I mean, look at Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier's a stand-up.
He's talking about what people will do, so I'm going to put that for SENI. Talking about what other people will do.
Right. He does a lot of things right. And people tell me all the time how much they hate him. I just don't get it. Right, so there's something that comes with when you have a certain amount of greatness where you'll never quite be loved by everybody, and you have to be comfortable in that space.
So what I'm looking at here is that it seems as though he's using FE because everything he mentioned was like people helping other people and still being criticized. With LeBron building the churches, or not the church, the school, with the other guy, Jesus. Seems as though he's trying to make an excuse with his FE.
It takes a while to accept that, right?
It does. It takes a while to accept that. But you got to learn to be grateful for it too, because you're relevant.
Right.
And if you're not relevant, man, people don't give a shit about you, which way you go, and what you're a part of.
Talking about people again, SE. That sounds very interest. You got to remember to be relevant. Okay, sound like interest. Talking about what he gets out of the situation.
You know, then that's.
And what I'm noticing off rip is this guy's coming off direct and responding. So direct, responding. Put an asterisk aside of it. We're not going to go for it yet.
That's when you're really doing bad. So, you know, when I come out with things, you know, people want to talk about it. And some, you know, half the audience are positive and half are negative. I'm just grateful to have 100% of the audience.
Right. They're not indifferent.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Interest of fucking getting Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God, interest.
When they're indifferent, you know, they don't give a crap. Then
it's a problem.
Then it's a real problem. Yeah, that's when your pay-per-view numbers are terrible and your T-shirts aren't selling and you know. So,
do you feel like the game has missed you?
I feel like the game has missed me, but I also feel like they've had some athletes to really keep them occupied. You know, Conor McGregor being the main guy.
Right.
Conor McGregor's done a great job of carrying the sport almost by himself for a while. Yeah.
Have you missed the game?
I've missed the game tremendously. I appreciate the game more now that I haven't had it. Yeah, for sure. Missed it a lot.
So he's responding. I'm ready to go ahead and put responding, okay? So with him being responding, he can only be 8 types. 8 of the extroverted types are eliminated. So with him being responding, he can only be an ISTJ, ISTP, INTJ, INFJ, ISFJ. The ISFJ is the informative type. ISFP is informative. INTP is informative, and INFP. So they're informative, responding. The ISTJ, ISTP, INTJ, and INFJ are direct responding. Okay, so we're looking like we got a direct responding guy.
But you wouldn't get the game back.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, facing that 4-year suspension, man, that was devastating. I had to really reevaluate a lot of things, like what I think about the sport and what I think about, you know, fighting overseas or who am I.
Evaluate what I think. That's TI.
At the sport and all that. It was a major learning experience for me to go through what I just got out of.
Would you have waited? Like, if you would have gone for you,
major learning experience. I'll put SI there.
Would you actually have waited, or would you have just moved on to something else?
I would have moved on.
Really?
I probably, not to something else, I probably would have just talked to the UFC about getting out of my contract and trying to fight overseas.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. That would have been weird, right?
Not really. No. I feel like a lot of organizations would be happy to have me, and
sure.
I feel like they pay me pretty well.
Okay.
Definitely not the money that I make in the UFC, but
I think they pay me pretty well. Interest.
I felt like, you know, wherever I were to move, I'd be one of the top priorities in that company and be treated well.
But you wouldn't have moved on from the sport?
No, not move on from the sport. No, dude. There's not many things you can do when you can make $1 million in one night.
Right.
Over $1 million in a night, you know, and I'm very aware of that. So I wouldn't have moved on from fighting.
This guy is very interesting.
It's a very special job to have.
It reminds me of what we saw on Saturday, and I know you said that you won't respond to Chuck anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But is there a lesson there? You know, I just asked your old friend Alistair Overeem. He was just
nice.
on.
Yeah, that's not my old friend. He's still my friend.
Well, I mean, like, you've been around for a while.
I get you.
He had a big win on Saturday. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, yes.
But just about, like, as a fighter.
Good for you too, Alistair.
Yes.
Very happy for you.
As a fighter, though, when you watch
Allison.
Putting aside, like, the whatever beef that you guys had, I never really viewed it as a beef. I don't know about you.
Nah,
I know
it's Chuck staying relevant.
Right. But is that weird? Like, is that a reminder that you stay around too long? It doesn't matter how good you were in your prime. It often ends like that, right? The best. Muhammad Ali, it ended that way, right?
I mean, the ideal scenario is to go out more like Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Extremely successful and undefeated. Doesn't happen often. That's what makes it such a special thing, and that's something that I still have the opportunity to do. I consider myself undefeated, so that's the idea: is to go out, not needing the sport, but doing it because you want to be there, not because you have to be there. I'm not saying that's Chuck's situation, but that's what I would assume.
Right.
Talking about Chuck's intentions. We'll let that slide.
And yeah, it's tough to watch, man. It's tough to watch. You know, I'm sure it was bittersweet for his fans. I'm sure it's great to see him walk out again.
Right.
You know, what the blue shorts and the mullet or whatever, the mohawk.
Mohawk, yeah.
And I'm sure they love to see him, but who wants to see him in that form? You know, so the key is to protect yourself at all time, fight smart. You know, obviously the standing and banging thing is entertaining, but you know, I'm in the business of win where you can. You know, and if that's take down the guy and ride him out, or whatever you got to do, you know, you win while you can, and go out, with some respect, you know.
In your mind, do you have an endpoint? Do you have an age where you say, like, I don't want to keep going after this?
I feel unsatisfied, you know, like.
All right, he's coming up very concrete. There's no abstraction so far. We're 6 minutes and 44 seconds in. Woo! Look like we're closing in with him being concrete and responding and direct. It looks like we're closing off most of the board here. So intj, infp, infj, intp, ISTP, ISFJ are all eliminated. This guy's concrete. So concrete, direct, responding. We're down to ISTJ and ISTP. Okay. Already, because he's direct, responding, concrete. There's no abstractions here. So looking at that, difference between ISTJ and ISTP. ISTJs are systematic. ISTPs are interest. We've got several interest statements from them already. ISTJs are SINE. ISTPs are SENI. We already got some statements from them already for SENI. ISTJs are TEFI. ISTPs are TIFE. We've already got points for TEFI. You got a couple points for TE as well, but more of a TIFE perspective. And ISTPs are pragmatic. ISTJs are affiliative. Seems like this guy's pragmatic. So it's looking like this guy's an ISTP.
I feel like I've accomplished so much in the sport, but I feel like some of my troubles have made me just unsatisfied.
The troubles, that's pragmatic. Okay, that's because of rebellion, contrarian, independent. You know, he's not talking about doing what's right. Okay.
Right. Unfortunately, people don't separate the two very well. So a lot of people do, but
people don't separate the two very well. That's a TI statement.
People don't.
And the SE.
You know, I've had an extraordinarily beautiful career inside of the octagon. Outside of the octagon, it's been very rocky as of late. And because of
sounds like he's getting more pragmatic. Sounds like he wants to apologize. What you done outside the octagon?
As of late part, I feel like I have more to prove.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue to go in there until I can get just a few solid, good years out of the way of no controversy and just
talking about controversy again. That's pragmatic. Okay, contrarian, controversy. Come on.
That's and only that. That's my goal.
So in a way, has this almost extended your career?
It has. It's safe to say it has. Yeah. My originally I was talking about being retired by age 30.
Wow.
And now I'm 31, and I feel like I have a lot to prove still.
Does it ever, like, I don't know if you're the type to sit back and think about the past, but does it bum you out? Like, I could be so, like, that Demetrius Johnson streak, I would have smashed that, right?
It could have been mine.
Yeah.
It could have been mine.
Do you think about those things a lot?
I do, but I try also not to count eggs that hasn't hatched. You know what I mean? It's like Dana White says, who knows how many titles John would have had if he hasn't been suspended, you know, or how many more millions he would make. But who knows what else could have happened? Who knows if I would have gotten in a fight that would have seriously hurt me or injured me or lost, or you just never know what would have happened. So I just try not to count eggs that hasn't hatched.
People always talk
about the what if.
Right, of course.
See,
especially
he just literally said, I don't like to talk about the what if. Is that any trickster coming out? You heard him right there. Concrete, okay? It's concrete. I don't like to talk about the what if.
I came to this company. They love you here at ESPN.
Oh, nice.
Because of the way you fight, because of the style, the way you came into the sport, the youngest champion, and everything like that. and I always hear from people, you know what 30 for 30 is, right?
Yeah.
The documentary series.
Yeah.
John Jones.
Do a 30 for 30.
That's going to be a 30 for. You can't
cool.
do it now
Yeah.
because your career is still going on. But because of everything that you've been through, are you worried that, as you just said, like some of those things that have happened recently, that's going to be the first thing people talk about? He was so great, but, and maybe if you go through a streak of 10 years with nothing, you can push that to the back burner, and it's not at the first sentence.
10 years is a long time. I'm a wild boy area.
30.
10 years is a long time. I'm a wild boy. I'm pragmatic, buddy. Okay, so he's pragmatic. We're done here. Really, we're done. Because we closed out pragmatic. This guy, John Jones, ISTP. But let's watch a little bit longer. We'll watch about 4 or 5 more minutes, just for fun. Just to help you guys get better at typing.
41 now?
Yeah, no, well, without anything crazy happening. With my crazy self.
Can't guarantee it.
I'm gonna go out and be upfront with you guys. What people don't realize is that child function is like a drug. It's like the drug function, really. You love to use it, but it can blow your life the fuck up very fast. What he's talking about right now, I'm a wild boy, that's inner child. Just like we did Mia Khalifa yesterday, and if our child fucked her life up, wanting to feel good, wanting to feel special, led her to porn, which ultimately fucked up her future, the future that she wanted for herself. So, man, it's pivotal to find your personality type so that you can try to get control of that child function, because it could fuck up your life, just like it fucked up Mia's life, and it seems to be fucking up his life too.
I'd like to, but nothing's guaranteed in life. What's your question exactly? I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just curious if you're worried that this will be the first line of your story.
Right. No, I'm not worried about it. I'm aware that it probably will for a long time.
You're at peace with that?
I'm at peace with that, yeah, because at the end of the day, when I signed up to get into the UFC, it was to be able to afford diapers and to make sure my family's good, and to make sure that, you know, my branch in my family tree is different than the roots that I'm from. And that's what I've been able to accomplish, and that's what I truly signed up for, man. And then along the way, I started wanting to be this guy for everybody else, and
wanting to be this guy for everybody else. That's FE.
And I've kind of gotten back to not really worrying about being something for everybody else, and focusing on my own salvation, my own health, my own mental and spiritual well-being, and the well-being of my daughters and my fiance. That's what I've learned, that it's truly most important. And so I tend not to really worry about things that are out of my control. Just focus on winning fights, taking care of my management, taking care of my team, the things that I can control, and then all the rest is just, you know, someone gonna love you, someone gonna hate you. You just gotta go with it.
I recall being in Newark the night you beat Shogun, and I recall you holding court at that press conference and telling us about the story earlier in that morning, how you took down the mugger and all that.
Yeah.
And I recall talking to Dana White. They even used the clip in the promo for last year's Cormier fight, where he's like, now comes the serious part for John Jones, where all the leeches are going to come, and he's going to make the right decisions.
More FE, helping
if you
people.
could talk to that guy back in March of 2011 about what's to come, about certain decisions not to make, would you like to do so? And if so, what would you say to him?
Yeah, I don't really know if I'd like to talk to that guy. I feel like the things that happen in life are all necessary. A lot of things are necessary. Obviously, I've made mistakes, but mistakes teach you what you don't want to be, what you don't want to do, what you don't.
Mistakes. That sounds like SI Critic coming up. ISTP.
Want to be a part of. You know, I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I've made a lot of good decisions, and I've made a lot of good changes in my life. I don't know what I would say to younger John Jones. Honestly, I have a lot of things that's happened in my life that I regret, but they've shaped me into the guy that I am today, and I'm really proud of the person that I am.
So he's talking about the journey here. Okay, the journey is who I am today. Okay, ISTPs are what? Progression. Boah la la.
Today, man, my kids really look up to me a lot. They really admire me. I've provided for them. I've been a really great father, and my family's happy, and my actual close friends, like knowing someone's name and knowing people are complete.
My friends are happy. FE. Everybody's happy.
Different, you know. My very close friends.
Other people
I'm a great friend to them all, and I'm proud. I'm proud of myself.
Could I ask what's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret out of everything,
is there one?
If we were to talk about public things that you know general public would know about, it was hitting the pregnant woman in that hit and run car accident.
This man hit a pregnant woman with a hit and run. This pragmatic, crazy motherfucker. Boy, you got to stop.
4 years ago now, that was. Even though it was 4 years ago, man, it is something. Everyone has a mother. Everyone has a wife or a sister.
Man, he's playing that FE mask. Here you go with this FE mask.
That was one of the worst situations I've ever been a part of, man. You know.
Bitch, you hit the hit and run. You were drunk. What is he talking about? God damn. I'm telling you, man. When child function, have your ass out here crying. You get doing it too much. You be boohoo crying. Ooh. Yeah, in our child fucked his life up.
That was a pregnant woman. I had no clue it was a woman. I just knew that I felt like it was a fender bender type of thing. And obviously it wasn't a fender bender, but I wasn't hurt. I felt fine. And
I wasn't hurt. Bro, are you smoking crack? Bro, you hit somebody. What is this guy talking about?
And I assumed that the person that I hit wasn't hurt as well. You know,
how you assume somebody wasn't hurt without checking, bro? What's wrong with you, man?
Arm, and she was a pregnant woman. It was a terrible, terrible situation. Being a father of daughters and being a fiance, you know, and being a person who loves his mother dearly, you know, harming a woman is terrible. And that's something that's probably one.
You know what it is? He's feeling guilty. Guilt is attached to FE. Shame is attached to FI. He's feeling guilty. Come on. Now, hey, bro, you wouldn't did a hit and run if you know, now you feel guilty because your ass got caught.
On the few things that I would totally take back.
It's fun. It's interesting that you mentioned that one because some stuff happened before, but I feel like that was the beginning of a string of things, right?
That was kind of my first situation. That
the belt was taken away.
Hey, the string of things, pragmatic. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
and all that. It's amazing. You think about that a lot still?
No, I don't think about it at all. Not these days. You know, it was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, hairline fracture 4 years ago. Girl made.
Bro don't give a damn about no consequences.
Almost $1 million off the situation. Yeah, I'm sure her life's been changed forever.
Talking about what she got out of the situation. She got $1 million out of it. Interest based. Dude, what are you talking about, bro? Oh my goodness. Look at this guy. This guy.
Girl made almost $1 million off the situation. Yeah, I'm sure her life's been changed forever.
Her life's been changed forever. Bro, you got to stop this shit.
It's okay, but I mean, to be real, I mean, the life goes on. The girl's life's gone on. The baby's healthy and happened. I'm sure a lot of people that's even listening right now has done some stupid shit that no one knows.
Now you're talking about what other people are doing. That's SE. It's like he's like Justin Bieber. Like they just find a way to kind of like make an excuse for what they did. Like for me, if I had did something like that, I would be implementing some type of structure or system so that never happens again. But this guy is like, well, you know, there's probably a lot of people out there that are fucked up. She made money off of it. Her life's been changed forever from the money, interest. Jesus Christ.
No one will ever know about.
Right.
I know that for a fact. So
I know that for a fact. That's T.I.
Not to hold myself at court too often.
I remember talking to you, it was actually 3 years ago.
All right, so we're done here, man. I've had enough of this guy. He's ISTP. John Jones is ISTP. First thing we noticed was that John Jones is direct. He's responding. He's concrete. So that in itself knocks him down to ISTJ, ISTP. We got TFI from him. And he's also pragmatic. He's rebellious. He's a contrarian. He's independent thinking. He's not talking about doing what's right. Hitting a pregnant woman and hitting a run, that's definitely not doing what's right. So this guy's ISTP. Personality database actually got this one correct. So let's give them the flowers for once. They got John Jones correct. And here is the chart to show you what the ISTP is. It's right there. So BJJ. Thank you for the request and keep commenting. We will do a video of the comment section of this video. But this is Mongolian Mindset, and we're out.